Hey guys, how's it going? I am Joy. We are back once again with Steve for our NFL predictions versus. This would be week 15. What a week
Yeah,
14 was.
certainly was there. How you doing, Joy?
I'm doing. How about you?
Doing great there.
Ah, good.
Mhm.
So, we actually did some conversing before we recorded for a change. Normally we don't do that, but there's a few things that we actually do have to cover.
True.
So, you're the
Let's
guest.
start.
Where should we start?
Let's start at how we did our records last week there.
All right, sounds good. Mine personally was 10 and 6.
Okay, I did one better than you, 11-5 there. Obviously, obviously in the head-to-head there, I won 3 games to 2.
Yep, that was definitely helpful. I was sad about last week because there was a few games that I should have gone the other way, but I refused to. Um,
Yeah,
Washington, I said last week that they probably would win, but I couldn't buy into the hype.
true.
And then
Yeah,
Philadelphia, I was warned about Philly that
yeah.
it was a game they should be winning, and I just didn't. I couldn't make
Ob-
myself do it.
Obviously, benching Carson Wentz for Jalen Hurts was a positive for them.
Yeah, that was definitely the right call.
Mhm. Yeah. And of course, I got a philosophical question. Of course,
Mm-hmm. So
why is it that when I pick against the Bears, they always win, and when I pick them, they always lose?
oh, welcome to the predictions curse. I've
Yeah,
I've had that problem with Atlanta for years now. So I guess Chicago is just your Atlanta for
like
me.
yeah,
But I don't know. See, this is why I just never go with the Bears, and then I never have that problem.
yeah,
If I can go against them, I will. So
yeah, true,
I mean, unfortunately, in situations like last week, it tends to cost me. But
yeah, true,
I'm willing to take the loss on that just for
true,
the sake of not going with the Bears.
yeah,
But speaking of that, Atlanta pulled in Atlanta and let me down last week in a
true,
very close game.
true. And when I saw the message there that you and your friend were going against the Falcons, I took that as a good sign for me there to pick
Yeah,
when I picked the Chargers.
yeah. What I've noticed apparently is pretty much any time that John and I agree on a game,
Hmm.
we're gonna lose it.
Hmm.
So maybe we should just like stop agreeing so much. Although
Yeah,
I honestly thought that Atlanta was the better team overall,
true.
and so the fact that they lost in such close fashion,
Yeah, in the
I,
last
I'm
second.
yeah, exactly. I'm very sad. I expected him to go into overtime. We were actually talking about it in Discord, John and I and my server,
Mhm.
and he expected them to go into overtime, and I was like, I swear to God, if they tie, I will lose my mind. And then it didn't even make it to overtime.
Yeah, the Chargers
Also,
pulled it up.
yeah, they really did. Also, props to you for getting the Bills right.
Correct.
I missed
Yeah,
that one.
true. Obviously they've been struggling ever since they lost to the Washington football team there.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know if it was just because like it was demoralizing to lose to a team like that, or maybe that meme that I showed you a couple weeks back was actually right, and they
Yeah,
are, you know, soft. They had a very
yeah,
soft schedule up to this
yeah,
point,
true.
so maybe they weren't all they were hyped up to be.
Yeah,
But I did get you back with Baltimore, and I believe with Arizona as well. So
true, true,
it wasn't all bad.
true there. And obviously that Lamar Jackson situation there when he went out there, I was like, oh God, there. I don't know what happened to him. Then they were struggling against the Browns, and next thing you know, he came back on the field, and they came back and won.
Yeah, so that was very good. I'm surprised that it was as close as it was, to be honest, because I still can't see Cleveland as being a top tier team. So seeing that it was only 47-42
Yeah,
I was surprised, but apparently the score indicates that it was closer than it actually was.
exactly.
So take that for what you will. Anyway, if you're ready, we can dive on into week 15 and see how badly we're going to do this week.
Absolutely. Let's
Uh,
see how pathetic we are.
yeah. I kind of haphazardly made these picks in the morning. I was watching Jonas stream. I think was it Cuphead or something. I forget what it was this morning, but I was watching him stream while I made my picks, and I just like, you know what? I've got like an hour before I need to leave. Let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
So a lot of these are emotion based rather than
Oh,
research based.
yeah.
So we'll just see how my gut instinct does.
Obviously, for people out there, do your homework first before making your picks there.
It would be helpful, but I like my way.
Mm-hmm.
Run on pure I refuse energy. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. Anyway, first up, Chargers at the Raiders.
Okay, there. This one is obviously AFC West game there.
Mhm.
Yeah, but obviously these two teams are strong enough to catch the Kansas City Chiefs there for first place.
Mm.
So, yeah. And obviously the the Raiders are in shambles there ever since that close close loss to the Jets there.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
mean,
if they're able to recover there against that. I don't know.
yeah, yeah. But I think it's going to be a close game there. Don't laugh at me for saying this there. Yeah, because
Okay, I won't, because I actually
yeah,
agree.
because the Raiders defense is in shambles, and the Chargers obviously squeaked by the Falcons on Sunday there. So
Hmm.
uh, I'm going to say the Chargers pull it out by at least 3 points or less.
Yeah, I went with the Chargers as well. My logic is more than likely flawed, and it'll probably get mocked. But they beat Atlanta,
Yeah.
and the Raiders got blown out by Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
So there's where my train of thought was this morning at what 7:30 when I was making them. So
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you, and I will be taking the Chargers on the road to blow up the Death Star.
Yeah, you get the Star Wars reference.
I don't get the reference, but I made one.
Yeah.
So yay me! Yay! I did a thing. Okay, then moving on, we have Denver hosting the Bills.
True. But obviously, this game is a special Saturday one. They always have them the Saturday before Christmas there.
Mhm. Late season games are so good. They're a
Yeah.
pain to predict. It's like I was telling John yesterday, I believe. These kinds of games
Mhm.
are a pain to predict, but they're so much fun to watch.
Yeah. True. There.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Denver obviously coming off that shocking win against the Panthers there. I don't know what happened to Bridgewater or McCaffrey there.
Didn't McCafferty not play?
Probably not there.
Yeah, I think he was hurt. I went with Carolina because I thought he was going to play, and then I found out, like, right after I penned in my pick that he wasn't going to play, and it's like, well, crap, I already recorded the predictions thing. I can't change it now. So
Yeah.
I was locked in.
Yeah. I apologize.
Unfortunate. No, it's fine. It was just
Yeah.
big sad.
Yeah.
Not that it would have changed anything, because I probably still would have gone with Carolina. But
True. And obviously the Bills are on a roll there, thanks to Josh Allen there.
Mhm.
They're big against Steelers there.
yeah, the Bills are. I guess they're good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still like not completely convinced. I do like Josh Allen though. I've watched him
Mm-hmm.
kind of grow a little bit as a QB, and now he's just so much more polished and comfortable in the pocket.
True.
So he's not just going to take off if things get a little bit hairy. Cam. So he's very
Mm-hmm.
polished and an actual good
Mm-hmm.
QB. So I will give him his due.
True. obviously, this week I'm going to go with the Bills there to beat the Broncos.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you there. The Bills are just too
Mhm,
overpowered right now, and
mhm.
it's in Denver. But given that the Bills are a cold weather team as it is, I don't really see it being that
Yeah,
big of a deal.
true.
So I agree. That one shouldn't even be close, in my opinion. It should just be
Mhm.
slaughter,
Yeah,
Slaughterville.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, moving on to the next one. Speaking of the Panthers and all of their plights, we have them going to Green Bay.
Yeah, the Packers there.
It's sad.
Yeah, Packers are obviously challenging the Saints for first place in the entire NFC there.
Yeah, I think they're currently in first. If I
Yeah,
remember my the
true,
last time I was watching the NFL countdown thingy.
true. Yeah. So obviously, there's some magic in the arm of Aaron Rodgers there. I don't know, call confidence or what there.
Ugh, I don't like him
Mhm.
at all.
Yeah,
I think recently I think I heard that he called himself the goat,
yeah.
which is
What
not
was
good.
that?
It's
Yeah,
not a good look. Like other people should be telling you that you are. You shouldn't have to tell other people how great you are.
I
It just
bet he,
rubs me the wrong way.
I bet he said that on Pat McAfee's show.
Now that wouldn't surprise me. Pat McAfee's the same freaking way. Can't stand him. I don't
Yeah,
know.
true,
He's very funny, but his attitude just
true. And
grinds my
you
gears.
might get mad at me for saying this, but he's kind of a good wrestler too. There, Pat McAfee.
Eh.
I don't know. I know you don't watch NXT there.
One decent spot does not a wrestler make.
Yeah, true.
He had one decent moment against somebody who wasn't going to get pushed anyway, and then all of a sudden people are like, "Oh my god, you can actually go." I was like, "No, we can't. Stop.
Yeah.
We can't."
Sorry for getting off topic with that there.
No, it's fine. It's sort of on topic. It fits. It's still sports. It's still an athlete.
Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly there.
But
Yeah,
anyway, back to the pick. I'm gonna probably, unfortunately, have to go with Green Bay.
yeah, I agree there. Obviously, they're, them and the Saints are going to be challenging each other for the top spot there in the NFC right up to the final week.
Yeah, I want them to lose desperately,
Hmm.
but I honestly think that they're gonna get the number one seed at the end of the year
Hmm.
going into postseason, and that makes me incredibly sad.
Hmm.
But that's just how I see it going. So I'm going with them to
Yeah,
beat the Panthers and to more than likely be the number one seed going into the playoffs.
yeah.
And hopefully they will just lose in their first game in the playoffs, and then we never have to deal with this again.
One can only hope.
One can hope. That would make me happy. I don't want to see him with another title. We never
Yeah,
hear the end of it. He brags
yeah,
enough as it is.
yeah.
Stupid world. Anyway, next. Speaking of teams that I don't really like, we have Dallas hosting the 49ers.
True, true. Yeah, Dallas slaughtered won their game last week there, but it was only Cincinnati there.
Yeah, I can't really call it a slaughter when you're not even facing a starter.
Yeah,
Then again, they don't
true.
have a starter either. But
Yeah,
the starter that they do have had more motivation going into Cincinnati, I guess. So
yeah, true.
that
And
probably played a role.
yeah, and obviously Niners they struggled against the Washington football team.
Which is funny because they beat the Rams in the previous week, I believe.
Yeah,
No, it was in week 12. They wound up beating
yeah,
the Rams in a very close game, but still,
yeah,
they beat the
yeah,
Rams, but then they lose to Washington.
yeah, true.
Makes no sense.
Yeah, but I'm going to go out on a limb this week. I'm going to say Dallas continues the momentum there, and they'll beat the Niners.
Yeah, I was tempted to just because they're at home, and that's typically what I do with close games. But I was talking to Dad, and he said that San Francisco's defense is better, and
Hmm.
I tend to agree. They do have a solid defense, and I just hope that Mullins can muster up some chutzpah here and actually get the win. So,
Yeah.
plus I'm not a big fan of Andy Dalton either, to be honest, or Ezekiel
Mhm.
Elliott.
Mhm.
Actually, the only player on that team I do like is Sean Lee and Amari Cooper.
Oh, okay.
Now that I'm thinking about it a little bit more, Amari Cooper is a very talented wideout, so I will give them
True.
that. But so there's our first split.
Okay, you're
No,
taking the Niners.
yeah, because we
Okay.
agreed on the Raiders and Chargers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so there's our first split of the week. I'm a
Okay.
little surprised. I expected you to go with the Raiders. So.
The Niners.
Yeah, I know. I expected you to go with the Raiders over the Chargers
Oh,
earlier.
right,
So.
right. My bad. My
No,
bad.
you're good. You're good.
Mhm.
I don't word good. We're fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next game up we have Seattle going to the aforementioned Washington football team.
True. They're obviously Seattle's coming out of their snide there from last week there, but obviously it was against the Jets, I think.
It was just the Jets. I'm not going to give them credit.
Yeah, true. Yeah, anybody can beat the Jets right now.
I mean, essentially.
Yeah. True. And Washington obviously coming off that shocking win Niners, but the question is, how is Alex Smith's leg there?
Did he get hurt again?
I think he had a little soreness to it there,
Hmm.
and because they pulled him from the second half of the game there.
I don't know. I did not see anything about that, but that makes me feel a little bit more comfortable with my pick, I guess. Because I do think that if he's able to play, it'll be either a quote unquote upset or it'll be a very, very, very close game.
So, yeah. So obviously, if Alex Smith's still hurt there, I'm gonna stick with Russell Wilson and the Seahawks to win it.
Yeah, I tend to agree. I went with them without knowing about the whole Alex Smith thing. So hopefully hopefully he'll be good. I do wish him the best for that team.
Yeah. Yeah.
And them winning the East, or the least. Sorry, my bad. But I'm going with Seattle as well. I just think that they're a better team overall. But I wouldn't be surprised if Washington does upset.
Yeah.
So we agree there.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of being upset, the Bears at Minnesota.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't like this game.
No.
This was the last game that I picked. I hate this game.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm probably going to be emotionally invested while watching.
Yeah.
And it's going to bother me because they're going to be really close, and then it's going to come down to the kicking, and then Minnesota's going to shank it, and I'm going to be upset.
Yeah. And I don't know how the Bears beat the Texans last week there.
I don't know. I tried not to think about it.
Yeah.
I tried very hard to not consider the options here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't even close. That's really strange to me.
Yeah. That was a head scratcher for me.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Houston was just off their game for sure. It didn't really help that it was in Chicago, I guess. So
Yeah, true. But I know I'm going to be wrong with this pick either way there. So I'm going to go Vikings there.
yeah, I took the Vikings as well. Just running off of refusal energy and just hoping for the best, honestly. If I lose, I lose. It's honestly whatever. I can't go with the Mitch. I just can't do it.
True.
I don't care how good of a game he had last week. I can't.
Yeah.
So, moving on, we have the Patriots at Miami, which could be close.
It could be there if Tua's on his A game there.
Yeah, we'll see.
Cause,
and then if he isn't, we just have to make sure that Fitzpatrick is going to be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, they lost to Kansas City last week, obviously. There.
Yeah, it was close at first. Like early
Yeah.
on in the game, it was really close.
Hmm.
But then the Chiefs just started pulling ahead like we knew they would,
Yeah.
or hoped they would
Yeah.
anyway.
Exactly. There. That could the the Chiefs and the Dolphins. Some people might say could be a preview of the AFC title game there.
People have
But
Miami in the AFC title picture.
they, they could if Tua gets tons better there. But
There's
it depends on if they get by the Bills in the East there.
Yeah, that's true. Miami's probably going to get a wild card slot for sure, but
Yeah.
if people are pinning their hopes on Miami getting an AFC title picture, on
Hmm.
Tua getting tons better, they've only got
Hmm.
2 weeks for him to get better. So
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
don't understand their logic in that, but
Yeah.
people be confusing. What can I say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Think what you'd like. You've only got two
Oh,
weeks, and he's not going to get any better between now and the end of the season. So
true.
it is what it is.
Yeah. But let's see how he does now against Bill Belichick and the Patriots there, because he can run 1,000 plays against them.
Mm. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he handles the schemes of Bill Belichick. I just
Yeah.
I'm not confident in New England like at all at this
Yeah.
point, just because of their QB. If they had a better
Yeah.
QB or someone
Other
who
than
was actually, you know, good with the kind of scheme that Bill Belichick wants to run and the kind of offense that he's always had,
yeah.
then I'd feel better about
Mhm.
it. But considering they have
Yeah.
a scrambler by trade, I don't see it working.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm going to pick the Dolphins this week and
Yeah,
ride the Tua bandwagon for one more week.
I am not a passenger on this bandwagon, but I'm
Yeah.
an observer from the side of the road that sees that they can probably beat Cam Newton.
Yeah.
So I will be watching as they wagon their way down the street to lose ultimately
Mhm.
to Buffalo in the end of the division. But
Mhm.
for now, I will agree. The wagon is going places, albeit very crowded.
Yeah.
Alright, so next up we have probably a really easy game, which
Mhm.
they desperately need. We have Jacksonville at Baltimore.
True. They're obviously we discussed the Ravens, their big comeback against the Browns there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And, hopefully Lamar Jackson's doing much better than he did on Monday with the injury there.
Yeah, hopefully, and hopefully they won't be needing any kind of a comeback against this particular team. I heard that they were going to start Minshew for Jacksonville. So
Yeah.
is Mike Glennon hurt, or are they just like throwing their hands in the air, saying, you know what, frick it, let's
Tried to
just do
challenge
whatever we got to do?
the Jets for the first pick there.
Oh, so they're starting Minshew for hopes of losing. That makes more
Yeah.
sense. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
Put in your worst.
Yeah.
That makes
And
sense.
hope the Jets get better so the Jags can get the first pick overall.
No, that ain't gonna happen. The Jets aren't gonna get any better either. Like I said, there's 2 weeks till the end of the season. It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
You should be happy to
So
be number two.
yeah. So obviously we're both going to be in agreement on this one.
Yeah,
The Ravens to win.
I already eliminated the Jags off the layout.
Mhm.
Ravens, 100%. Now, if Jacksonville comes up to surprise them, I will be laughing so hard.
Yeah.
And I will be apologizing in advance to Beegers for your
Mhm.
team losing to Jacksonville,
Yeah.
of all teams.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have Tampa at Atlanta. My Bane.
Oh,
My Bane.
yeah. Your white whale, obviously.
Curse you, Falcons.
Yeah. And your Captain Ahab there.
Which is fitting considering they're facing the Bucks.
True. There.
That's
Yeah.
full circle, nicely done.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate this team. Thank you.
Yeah. Obviously, Brady in the in the Bucks coming off a huge win against the Vikings there.
Yep.
hmm And obviously, we discussed Atlanta's Atlanta's close game there with the Chargers there.
Made me so sad. You
Yeah.
got my hopes up, Matt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Again.
Yeah. Hopefully, your friend's not thinking of picking the Falcons again there.
Oh, if he takes the Falcons this week, we are going to have a discussion. Because there is
Yeah.
no reason for you to be taking Atlanta when they're going to be
No.
hosting Tom Brady. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
If it was close on paper, then I would understand maybe trying to go for an upset and playing the odds here, but God, please no.
Yeah. And obviously, you heard about all the Bucks kickers there.
The Bucks kickers?
Yeah.
What happened to them?
They got put on the Pepsi protocol. But,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Well, I mean, no disrespect to special teams because I am a big proponent thereof, but at least it was just a kicker that they lost, right? Like,
Yeah. Mhm.
it wasn't, you know.
Yeah. Ryan Suckup there, obviously.
Oh yeah, it was just suck up.
And the punter there.
Yeah. So the good news is that you can sign pretty much any kicker off the practice squad,
Yeah.
and he can at least fill the role. It'd be
Yeah.
more impactful if it was somebody on the offense that Tom Brady needed,
Yeah.
but I think they'll be all right.
Yeah. So obviously, we're both picking the Bucks.
Yeah, 100%. I am not going to get burned by Atlanta. Now, unfortunately, I can still get burned by Atlanta by them choosing to win.
Yeah.
But no, I am taking Atlanta. Or nope. Don't speak that into existence. Don't speak that into existence, me. That's no.
Oh.
Stop. I am taking Tampa to beat Atlanta.
There we go.
No. Okay. Moving on before I completely ruin everything with my lack of words. Detroit at Tennessee. This one should be, again, fairly easy, unfortunate.
Yeah. Obviously, Matt Stafford's hurt there.
Yeah. He's very, very tough. Oh, speaking of being very, very tough, and the Lions,
Yeah.
Frank Ragnow apparently fractured his throat
Oh.
in the
Not
game against the
good.
Packers early on in the game, and he was still able to finish it.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that you could fracture a throat.
Yeah. Trachea, maybe.
Yeah, it was what did they call it? Troll, you're gonna have to correct me. You're the medical guy here. A laryngeal, a laryngeal fracture
Yeah.
was, I believe, what they called it. So he like tore the cartilage or something in his larynx.
Yeah.
So I don't know
Yeah.
how that's gonna impact him going forward, but I thought that was impressive that he freaking fractured his throat early on in the game and still managed to finish it.
True. And obviously, for the Lions there, as far as the quarterback situation, it's next man up there.
Yep, Chase Daniel, unless Matt Stafford is going to be good to go. He's not like broken ribs or bruised ribs. He's a spot that's in between. So, and with as tough as he is and just wanting to play, he might try. But I think we're going to have to just sit him this time and play with Daniel.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, they're the Titans there are too powerful of a team there to put them in against.
Yeah, the Derrick Henry though. I'm gonna just get rid of Detroit. Unfortunately, we got Tennessee steamrolling with the Derrick Henry though.
Yeah. So we're in agreement with that one.
Yeah, sadly, I wish for the best for Detroit, but they're the walking wounded right now, and I would be very surprised if it's even close.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we have another divisional rival game. with Houston at Indianapolis.
True there. Obviously, the best Philip Rivers finally showed up there
Yep, that
against
he
the
did.
Raiders.
Yep, I'm
Hmm.
very, very glad that I got that one right.
Yeah, me too there. And obviously, Houston there. How can they lose? How can they show their faces after losing to the Bears?
I don't know. I don't know. Better teams have done it, but
Yeah,
either way, it makes me sad.
yeah. So obviously, there, I expect Philip Rivers to continue the momentum this week there, and I'll pick the Colts win over the Texans.
Yep, I will agree. I do like JJ Watt. I like any Watt,
Hmm.
but I think
Hmm.
2 weeks on, 1 week off makes the most sense for Philip Rivers. So I'm gonna go with him
Yeah.
at home to go
Hmm.
ahead and beat Houston there, and hopefully, hopefully we'll be wrong and he won't revert back to his old ways.
True.
All right, next up may very well be a split game. I'm not quite sure, but I am banking on it. We have
Hmm.
Philadelphia at Arizona.
Yeah. Obviously, if we discuss the exploits of Jalen Hurts there.
Yeah, yep. Jalen
Uh,
Hurts,
uh,
rookie starter.
yeah. Obviously, he made an impression with everybody in the league there.
Mhm. He made people
Yeah.
take notice.
And
We kind of expected as much, but it's nice that he was able to perform as well as we hoped.
yeah, true. Yeah. And obviously, this week they're playing Kyler Murray, who obviously slaughtered the Giants there.
Mm-hmm. Thankfully,
Yeah.
I was so happy. I felt bad for Colt McCoy,
Yeah.
but 'cause I do like Colt McCoy. I don't think he ever got a fair shake,
Yeah.
but now
Uh,
he's in a bad
so
situation, so I feel bad.
yeah. Yeah. So I expect this week there to that Jalen Hurts will continue the momentum there, and I'm gonna say it's two in a row for Hurts and the Eagles there. I'll
All
pick
right.
them to win.
All right, that was what I was anticipating, so I went ahead and took Arizona. Just because
Okay.
I was expecting you to take Philly and buy into the hype of Hertz. So
Hmm.
I do agree that Hertz is more than likely going to be able to, but for the sake of the split
Hmm.
and trying to take a lead for once, I went ahead and trusted
Hmm.
Arizona and their defense, Kyler Murray, who I do not like, but I went ahead and trusted them in this instance. So
Okay.
hopefully,
Yeah.
we shall see.
Okay. We shall see.
We shall see. All right, this one we shouldn't even be bothering with, but here we go. We got the Jets and the Rams.
Obviously, we're going to agree on this one, so we don't need
Yeah.
any further discussion on this.
Yeah, are you sure you want to take
Rams.
the Jets? Are you sure?
I'm positive.
All right, yep, 100% agree. Yep, Rams.
I dare I dare anybody who listening to the stream there to pick the Jets there.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. If you did take the Jets, let us know so we can send you flowers. Because this is a bad pick. This is a bad pick. If you took the Jets, it's a bad pick. I'm sorry. If you ever take the Jets, it's a bad pick.
Yeah.
So I will send
Yeah.
flowers to your predictions funeral because no. Moving on quickly because that's God, now I'm just imagining them going out to California and upsetting them at home. How amazing would that be? Like I don't want it to happen, but at the same time, I really want it to happen.
That would. Yeah, that'd be the biggest shocker of all time since David beat Goliath.
Honestly, that's why I want it to happen. It's going to be horrible. People are going to lose so much money, but at the same
Yeah.
time, I really want it to happen.
Hmm.
All right, so
Yeah.
that little fantasy of mind, we have Kansas City going to New Orleans. This game does kind of concern me.
Yeah. Yeah, true there. Yeah. Obviously, Drew Brees won't be available for another week there. So,
Yeah,
so obviously, they're Taysom Hill again at QB.
mhm. Which is concerning given that they have to face the Chiefs, but I'm not super worried.
Yeah,
I do trust in Sean Payton and the rest of the entire team to actually come together on it.
true. There. Yeah. Let's see if they can come up with a new game plan there after losing to the Eagles there.
Yeah, the concept that Dad and I came up with was that Taysom Hill doesn't know what it is to have a come from behind victory yet, because all of
Yeah,
his wins he's been up. He's never had an instance where he didn't already have the lead.
true.
So
Yeah,
we'll have to see if he's able to stand up to the pressures of coming back from a
yeah,
deficit. Because I do definitely anticipate this being kind of a shootout.
yeah, true. Could
So
be a
we'll
high
see
scoring game
if his gun
from
is as
all
good.
parts. But I think this week I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs to win this week.
Yeah, I went ahead and took the Saints there because I'm gonna believe in New Orleans. I have to.
Okay?
I
Yeah,
like Sean Payton. I like their scheme. I like their running back a lot more. So I'm just gonna
yeah,
hope that Hill will be all right.
yeah.
Learn some finesse.
Hmm. Yeah,
Load the gun, but only fire it when you need to.
true.
All right, so we split again. This one might
Yeah,
be a split as well, depending, but probably not. We have
yeah.
Cleveland, unfortunately, going to the Giants. Now, this is going to be a Colt McCoy revenge game. Do you think that it's going to play out
Yeah.
like Dallas did when they went to Cincinnati
Ooh.
for Andy Dalton? Do
Uh,
you think revenge is going to be enough?
I don't know. They're the I'm worried there that the Giants don't have the right players on offense there to momentum scoring there this week there.
Mm. Yeah, yeah, that's kind of my fear as well. I think that he would be adequate enough to get the win if he had more pieces around him.
Yeah,
But
true.
unfortunately, I think that the Browns team is just overall better.
Yeah, true. They're Baker Mayfield. They're obviously need a momentum game there after the huge close loss to the Ravens there. So, I expect it to happen this week there, and I'll take the Browns there.
Yeah, I'm going with the Browns as well. Uh, Unfortunately, I don't want to, but they're facing the Giants, who's just much like Detroit. They're kind of the walking wounded. So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, I got to agree with you for completely different
Mm-hmm.
reasoning because I do not like Baker. Show off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
moving on to our final game of the week. Thankfully, because we've been going for almost 40 minutes, there's been
Yeah.
a lot of conversation. We've got Pittsburgh at Cincinnati. This should be a no-brainer in my opinion.
Yeah, true. They're obviously Steelers need need to win after two straight losses there, and Mike Tomlin there obviously needs some moment, give them tons of momentum there to go out there and prove that they are the best team in the AFC there.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. They definitely do need the win here because
Yeah,
if they lose to Cincinnati, I don't there's no hope for them in this one.
yeah. You might as well give the Chiefs the first round bye there if that was the case.
Yeah, I mean honestly, I think that they're going to get the first round bye anyway, based on how I was seeing the percentages breakdown on whatever freaking show I was watching. I don't remember now. I was watching something on TV about
Yeah.
the percentage breakdown for the likelihood of winning the AFC title and the NFC title and all that, and Pittsburgh, their odds are very very slim at this
Mm-hmm.
particular time. So
Mm-hmm.
While I do think that they're going to win against Cincinnati, I think we're in agreement with that.
Yeah,
Right.
I agree.
All right. So while I do agree that they're going to win that one,
Mhm.
I don't see them winning the number one seed. I think that's going to be Kansas City's seed to lose, and I will
Mhm.
be surprised if they let it slip.
Yeah, true.
There we have it. We didn't split a lot, but there's a
3 games.
few 3 games. Okay.
Yeah.
There's a few key crucial splits here, but
Mhm.
overall, I think we're pretty solid.
Right.
So, any final words before we wrap up?
No, obviously, like I said before, if there's any Jeff fans who win there, please leave the comments below there, and I'm sure Joy here will get back to you on them.
Yeah, yeah. I try to reply to everything, or at least give it a heart if I don't reply, because there's some things you can't really reply to.
Mhm.
You know who
Mhm.
you are, big dog. But there's some things you can't reply to, but I try to be as interactive and engaged with y'all as I can. But again, some of you are just, you know who you are.
Yeah.
So that being said, leave the comments down below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Also, be sure to check out the links down below for my link to Twitter and my Discord server, where I'm a little bit more engaged. I respond to him on Discord more than I do on YouTube
Yeah.
because he knows my buttons. I swear to God. Love you but hate you at the same time. And also, you can catch my playlist to this entire prediction series with Steve that I've done, popping up on the end screen here and down below, as well as our records for the entire year. That's in the description as well. I've been keeping track week to week to see how we tie up and all that, so it's very interesting. It's been quite the ride.
Yeah.
I need to talk to you after this, by the way, speaking of that.
Okay.
So we will
Yeah.
discuss that off cam.
Yeah. Obviously, it's going to be a fun ride down the stretch there.
Yeah, it is. I can't wait for the season to be over just so we can move on to the next season. Because honestly,
Yeah.
as a Lions fan, I am looking forward to seeing what Chris Spielman and Barry Sanders work with Sheila Ford on getting a new GM and a new head
Yeah.
coach and just
Yeah.
moving forward.
Mhm.
I can't wait. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
I love football. Football is so much fun.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So anyway, fellow football fans, loved ones, thank you for watching, and we will catch you next week for more NFL predictions versus.
See ya, everyone.